Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. Tonight, we're talking about time tracking for potential new clients. So I work with a lot of firms that want to be able to get some really great data, and thankfully, there's a lot of software out there that can help us do that. And they want to be able to know how much time are they spending with potential new clients. Now, some want to know just in general how much time are they spending, and some really want to know how much time are they spending on firms that don't actually, or I should say clients that don't actually end up hiring the firm. And so I wanted to hop over into Clio and show you the way that I recommend tracking that time. Because of course, if you're using Clio Grow or some of the other intake softwares, not all of them have time tracking capabilities. And so there isn't really a great option in order to do that. Now, some of them do, like for example, Lawmatics within the last year came out with a time tracking capability, which can be a great asset. But if you're using Clio Grow or another product that doesn't have that, then you can go ahead and use Clio Manage or your practice management software for that. So let's hop over to the screen and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here we've got a new matter that I've opened up. Now, I like to create a matter and call it something like potential new clients, PNCs, consults, whatever it is that helps you to remember the name. And in this case, I've created that matter with the law firm, my law firm, as the client. And the matter is called potential new clients. So now, whenever I'm tracking time on a potential new client, whether it's the consult or whether it's time I spend researching in advance or after the consult, or time I spend reviewing for the consult, anything like that, I will go ahead and enter that into the activities or time entries for this particular matter. And so the only trick that I have here that I want to remind you of is if you are using a matter like this, the idea is to track all of my time with potential clients here. So it may be multiple different people, obviously, that I've interacted with in tracking this time. And so unlike a typical matter where I would just put in the time entry and know what client it was for and what matter it was for, here, I recommend when you make that new time entry to go ahead and add in the description the name of the potential new client, right? Because later, if I ever want to pull out the time that I spent on any one particular potential new client, I'm going to need to search for that name. And so I recommend that you add the name in the description, but otherwise it's just like any other time entry, right? And so I can add that right here. Now, of course, this really does help us if we want to track the time we're spending with potential new clients. But I have some firms that prefer to go ahead and just track the time that they're spending on clients that did not hire them. And one of the ways that we can do that is that we can continue to use this potential new client matter to track all of our potential new client time. And then, as a part of our file opening procedure, when we have a client that actually hires us, we can come over to that activities tab and search for the particular client. And we can find, for example, Zelda here, we can search for that time entry and find that we have 2 time entries for the potential new client named Zelda. And now she's gone ahead and hired us. So now I can select these time entries and I can go ahead and edit them. Sorry, these time entries have already been placed on a bill, so I can't edit them here. But if you click on time entries that have not been edited yet, then you can go ahead and edit them to the new matter that I've now created for my new client that has hired me. And so I can essentially move those time entries from the potential new client matter over to the matter that I've just created for the client that's actually hired me. What that does is then it leaves me with time entries only for clients that I've spent time on that have not hired me, right? And so that's another analysis that I can do of that time. Now, whether you go ahead and leave those time entries in the potential new client matter, or whether you go ahead and ferret them out to the actual clients that have hired you, either way, I think it's a great way to keep track of that time that you're spending with potential new clients so that you can make decisions about, things like whether or not to charge for a consultation, or whether or not to have, one attorney handle all consultations, or split those up amongst different attorneys within the office. So that's the kind of information that is really, and data that's really helpful in making those types of decisions. So go ahead, give it a try. By the way, you can try this on any practice management software, not just Clio, of course, but see how that helps and see what kind of data you're getting to be able to make those crucial decisions for your firm. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Have a great evening.